Good morning, everyone. Austin here with you. I hope you're joining me on this Saturday, but I also hope that you're in a great state. That's the most important thing, is to deal with life's challenges, deal with all the stuff, and somehow manage to feel better, to feel peace, to draw something. And if you're catching on, hopefully you're joining. We're just going to warm up here a little bit. I got some cool music playing. Maybe you can name this song. Can you name this song? And say hello to me. I always want to know who's listening or chiming in. If you want, so tell me where you are in the world, in the U.S., Europe, Australia. Like, where are you? Say hello to me. And it's Saturday. It's either Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, depending on where you are. Have you failed in relationships? I want to talk about that. And I also want to talk about what makes a great relationship. And by the way, can you see my hat? Do you know what that symbol means? And I got a great song here for you. Do you know the name of this song? It's all connected in one way or the other. Have you failed in relationships? I have failed miserably in relationships. Raise your hand if you failed. No one can see you, so you can raise your hand if you failed. I know I have failed miserably. And I also want to talk about the connectedness of all of this. Why are relationships so important to our well-being, to our success, to our longevity, and to living a happy life? So good morning. Good morning, Jenna. I'm going to play this song again for you guys because this is Can you hear it? I just happened to pick this song up today, and I'm really digging it. Do you know the name of it? New Delhi, India. Wow, that's a new record here for me. Thank you, Rohan, for joining in on this live feed. I'm in the USA. I'm in the Philadelphia area. Hello, Kinchetta. It's midnight in Brisbane. Joyce, thanks for staying up to listen to this. So let me make sure this serves you today. I got the pressure on me. Jenna's raising her hand. Who has failed in relationships? I have failed miserably. I'm telling you, I have failed miserably in relationships. So that's why I'm talking about it. That's why I'm on here bringing up this conversation. For me, for you, for anybody that's struggling in a relationship. And hey, if you listen, have you listened to the interview I did with David and Tammy Stanley? 1 in 10 relationships or marriages are good. 1 in 10. 1 in 10. Oh my God, that's crazy. So this hat is the international symbol for hang loose. I learned about it in Hawaii. I should say Hawaii, right? If I'm going to be this right, it's Hawaii, not Hawaii. It's Hawaii. And it's like hang loose. Maybe you need to hang loose today and just chill out. And the song is by the Alabama Shakes. It's called Hang Loose. So if you haven't heard the Alabama Shakes, you can check them out. What makes a great relationship? We know that 1 in 10 marriages are good. If we took those measurements to other relationships, how many of those relationships are good? More and more research is coming out that if your relationship is good, not just good, but fulfilling, love and passion, passion and love, that the rest of the areas of your life are going to be great too. I hope you heard that because that's so paramount to a successful life. Does it mean that you can't have a successful life single? No, it doesn't. I don't think it means that. Actually, there's a funny statistic that, let me see if I can remember the statistic. It said that, I think it was married men live longer than single men, but single women live longer than married women. I thought that's funny. It's like women are, the women that don't have to put up with men's crap, I guess, live a long time. Anyway, that's a funny statistic that I heard. But let me ask the question, have you ever been in a great relationship? That's you. I'm talking to you. Have you ever been in a great relationship? A relationship that fills you up, makes you excited, gives you that passion, elevates you to this amazing place. Have you ever had that? I'm talking to you. Yes, you. The one that's going, wait, should I answer? Yes, you. Have you ever had a great relationship? Are you in a if you are in a great relationship and you hear me, please share something. There's people on here who would love to hear what you have to say, because there's people that are starving for it. And I'm having fun here this morning. I'm laughing, but I know that there's people starving for a great relationship if you haven't had it. But have you had it? Have you had it? And let me say hello. Lizzie, my good friend from high school. Lucy's raising her hand. How many people have failed miserably? Not just failed, but you failed miserably at relationships. I'll raise my hand nice and high. I was a failure in relationships. I failed miserably in relationships. See, one of the things I think is really important, and I'm doing it here with you today, be willing to look at yourself with courage. There's immense power. So I'm looking at myself going, I failed miserably in relationships. I did a lot of the wrong things. I did, right? So can we look at ourselves and go, hey, what did I do? And once I got to that point where I said, here's what I did, I know where I messed up, it's like this whole world started opening up for me. And I started to get more insight. I started to learn more. I started to let go of my ego. The ego can be a killer in a relationship. Can be, it usually is. Trust, respect, communication. Hey, Tara. And let's see. Natalie. Because of men stress us. Yeah, that's. I think Jenna's referring to the quote where I said, single women live longer than single men, and they live longer than married. Single women live longer than married women, and married men live longer than single men. It's kind of an interesting statistic. What's up, Mark? So Tara, you're currently in a great relationship. Is that what you're saying? I just want to clarify, because if you are, I would love for you to share. We want to hear what you have to say. And I want you people to know that this is about you. I want you guys to realize there's a lot of people that listen to these videos. So if you have something cool to share that's going to help somebody, by all means, type away. You want me to bring you on live? I'll bring you on live. You don't have to put the camera on yourself, but that would be cool. Who wants to come on live with me? Who wants to come on live with me? He was the best cheater ever. Okay, so we've been cheated on. There's people who've been cheated on, right? I feel like, is cheating the goal in a relationship? Like if somebody's in a relationship, I don't think cheating's the goal. I think cheating is an escape valve for a weak person who can't handle the stress in a relationship, or they're at a level 1. They're not getting their needs met. Remember I said that yesterday it was about level 1. I'm not getting my needs met, or it's all about my needs. You need to fix me. You need to complete me. You need to do all this. But if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to go somewhere else. So I think that the cheating can come from that level 1 mentality where it's childlike. It's make me complete, make me happy. It's about you, and you're always looking at the other person under a microscope. You're always watching to see where they screwed up. Did they, I expected them to do this, and they did this. And your whole world is built upon this person's actions. And that's a mistake. And one of the things I wrote down here is the first thing that makes up a great relationship is to love and accept yourself. Because the first relationship is with you. If you don't have a good relationship with yourself, then that's going to carry over into your intimate relationship. I think most of us would agree with that. But first of all, let's go back. Have you been in a great relationship? Have you been in a great relationship? And if you have, I would love to hear what you have to say. And the second thing is, what makes a great relationship? and what makes it last over the long term. I just said something, love and accept yourself. Have an amazing relationship with you. Be able to spend time by yourself. I know there's people that can't be alone. It's like their world crumbles. They can't be alone. They got to be in a relationship all the time. I don't think that's healthy behavior. Do you? If you always have to be with somebody? And it's not to say, like I said, it's be willing to look at yourself, right? I know I failed miserably in relationships. I'm telling you guys, publicly, openly, I've failed miserably in relationships. I'm willing to accept that. I'm willing to say, yes, I failed. I screwed up. I'm not looking at the other person. I'm not looking at the other people. Did I look at them? Sure. It's human nature to go, you did this and you didn't do that and you did that. But at the end of the day, you got to grab the mirror. You got to put it in front of your face and say, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do or do not do to make sure to fail? So Tara's sharing something valuable here. So let's pay attention. Tara's in a great relationship. We wake up every day focusing on making each other happy. We cherish each other and we talk, not fight. We talk, not fight. Do you hear this? So if you're not in a relationship, I'm going to read it again. Tara is in a great relationship. She's saying we wake up every day focusing on each other and making each other happy. We cherish each other and we talk, not fight. And there's a lot to be said from this one statement. And I got a ton of great content I'm going to go over on October 7th and 8th that is going to help you. If you are in a relationship and you want to make it better, if you're not in a relationship, you're going to get some great stuff if you join me on October 7th and 8th. But if you're in a bad, or you're not in a good place and you don't get into this community and get involved with what I'm doing, then do something. Do something, right? Don't stay where we are, because a relationship, a great relationship, I said it earlier, can carry over into every area of our life, right? Do you believe that? Do you believe that if you're in a great relationship, it's like it starts to just spill over into other areas of your life? And there's an old quote that I'm going to adjust today, and I'm going to turn it around and twist it to make it relevant today. There was an old quote that said, behind every great man is a great woman. We all heard this quote, behind every great man, there's a great woman. Okay, let's bring it up to 2017. I would say, with every great man is a great woman. Or let's flip it around. With every great woman, there's a great man. Again, is it required? No. But I believe that in order to experience massive fulfillment in life, the greatest level of fulfillment, certainly we get fulfillment in success, we can get fulfillment in our spiritual realm, but to me, there's nothing that stimulates a human being more than another human being. And if that other human being is our soulmate, our love for life, our muse, if you will, there's nothing more valuable than that. And that's why Tara's saying we cherish each other. We cherish each other. And I'll go back to number one here, love and accept yourself. Do you cherish yourself? Do you have grace with yourself? Or do you take your mistakes, turn them into a club, and beat yourself up with it? Or do you take your mistakes and learn from them and say, I'm going to get better, and use those mistakes as a stepping stone and not a club? Very important. Have grace with yourself. Cherish yourself. You'll cherish the one that you're with. So I'm going to talk about where I failed, and we're going to wrap this up. And I wish I could meet such a man. Believe. We got to believe. We got to believe when we don't see. Let me go back. You don't have to believe. You don't have to believe. You choose to believe. Can I get you to choose to believe that what you seek seeks you, that what you want wants you? Just choose to believe. If you can't choose to believe, just say, hey, Is it possible? Is it possible?